Okay, so formally, Assalamu alaikum everyone, and thank you so much for joining again for the another session that is about introduction to linguistics. Thank you so much. All right. I would want you can turn off your videos. It is not necessary for you to turn it on. If you see that there is some movement around you, okay. If you see that your kids and the people in the house they are moving around, so that doesn't sound good. You can turn off your videos. uh, I only want you to be present. I want you to share whatever you have any questions, you have any queries in the chat box. All right. So if you think that you are not sitting at a suitable place and you are not sitting somewhere where you can, okay, peacefully attend the session, you can turn off your videos, but you can be active and you can participate through chat box. Shugufta, all right, thank you. Those who are just joining, I will request them to mute their mics. This mute mic is very important instruction of the virtual class. All right. Iman, hello. Thank you so much. Aksa has joined. Ghulam, Fiza, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I can see your messages. All right. Now, everyone, let's begin the session. What can you see on the screen? All right. Is there, what comes in your mind when you look at this picture that is displayed on my screen? Uh, क्या लग रहा है आपको ये क्या है? I mean, any ideas? All right. Okay. This is a French. A French word. Okay. Languages. Fiza is saying languages. Different languages. All right. People are greeting in different languages. Excellent. All right. It's hey, hello in other languages. Okay. All right. So all of you are right. All of you are right. Okay. So it's still students are joining. We have about 66 students in the room. Okay, so uh, please note that this session is basically for introduction to linguistics. All right, so you are true and you are right that these are different words and these are the words of greetings in different languages. All right, how many of these words do you understand? By the way, saying hi in different languages. Yes, thank you so much. Okay, how many of these words do you understand? Do you think that what languages are they? I mean, can you identify? People from different countries and they have their own languages. German, all right, because all right. So I don't know, Spanish. Okay, so this is your guess, right? You are making guesses that this could be one of the. Okay, hola in Spanish. Wow, Iman, thank you so much for sharing this knowledge. All right, and it could be German. All right, we just understand hi from these here because this is from English and this is Chinese and French. Seema, Kauser, thank you so much for your participation. All right. So, dear students, in before we begin, uh, uh, you know, to explore that what linguistics is, we are going to talk about that what is language and what are the characteristics of languages. All right. I would like to ask you a question. Let's go ahead. Go to the next slide. Okay. Go to the next slide. If I ask you what is a language, how will you describe this? You can write in the chat box. Okay. All right, a language is a way of communication, people expressing their feelings in words, and the communication. Exactly, excellent, excellent responses coming from you, Tayyaba. Thank you so much. Many of you are writing that it is means of communication. All right, it is source of information. Excellent, excellent. I love your responses. Thank you so much. I appreciate your active participation in the chat box, and I think in the second session you have understood very well that what are the rules of language. Sorry, virtual classes. Thank you so much. Okay, what would be the world if there were no languages? Write in the chat box, or you can also unmute yourself and speak. What would be the world if there were no languages? अगर दुनिया में जबानें ना होती तो क्या होता? Hmm. Any ideas? I mean, this is just hypothesis. All right. So I think gestures. Iman is saying that people would talk with the help of gestures. All right. True. True. All right. What kind of challenges we would be facing? We can't talk. All right. We cannot communicate with each other. We can't understand. It would be quite difficult. All right. So, do you think that life would be more difficult or easier? What would it make our life like? How would our life look like? Difficult or easier? Difficult. Difficult. All right, everybody is saying that difficult. So languages are, languages are very important because they connect us. All right. And you rightly said that it is a means of communication. Okay, our life definitely be difficult. There is problem of sound. Okay. Do animals speak, but do animals communicate? Do animals have languages? No, animals don't have languages. Yeah, all right. Okay, some are saying yes. Okay, nice responses. Okay, so animals do communicate, yes, but they don't have proper language. All right, they communicate through gestures, or they communicate through the sound system, which is not as advanced as humans, right? So, I mean, it's not only that because we have different languages, so we have a certain mechanism and the system installed in our body, okay? Like, throat, we have the vocal cords, we have throat, we have, tongue. All right, so we have a very complex biological, or you can say that inbuilt system installed in our body that helps us communicate. But definitely, and this is the advanced system that is missing in animals. So this was the brainstorming. Okay, they feel, exactly, they feel, they have different sounds. You are right. This is what I just said. Right. So thank you so much for your responses. And the purpose of this brainstorming is to make you actually explore that what we are going to learn. All right. So when we talk about language, you see there are these three words: pen, pen. All right, and nep. All right. What is the first one? Pen. What does it mean? What do we use pen for? What do we use pen for? What do we use pen for? इसका क्या काम है? हम क्या करते हैं पेन से? Writing. All right. It has a shape. It has a certain shape. It has a certain size. All right, and we all can identify it. Okay. Now, EPN or NEP. All right. These are also letters, and the letters have been taken from the same. अगर हम letters को replace कर देते हैं, do they make a word that is comprehensive? EPN. EPN कोई word exist करता है that has a meaning? No, 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 no. All right, all right. Okay. So thank you so much for your responses. Now, why did I ask you this? Let me explain you that when we talk about language, we are going to we are going to know what language is with the help of a few definitions by the linguists and those who have worked a lot and they researched a lot on human language. So language is purely human and non-instinctive method of communication, ideas, emotions, and desires by means of a system and voluntarily produced system symbols. All right, and this definition is given by Sepper. So we can say that according to Sepper, the language is a symbol system. I mean, every language exists in the written form. All right. Okay, fine. So you still are writing messages. Okay, fine. So first of all, you are very right that English language is the mean of communication. All right. Language helps human beings to interact, to communicate, to express their feelings and emotions and ideas, to others. You are also right when you said this. Okay, let's fine. But this is human. All right. One more thing here are two key words: human and non-instinct. Instinct. All right. What is human? Human means that, as I said, that animals do communicate, but they do not communicate with the help of a language. Animals don't speak a lot of, languages. Humans do. The reason is that humans have their own advanced vocal system that they follow, but animals don't have, even though they communicate and express their need. All right. Another word is non-instinctive. Instinctive. What is the meaning of instinctive? Anybody? All right. Instinctive means something, and non-instinctive means something which is not thoughtful. I mean, all the words that came and then they made place in languages, they were not due to a very thoughtful consideration. All right. Thousands of years ago, when people started to speak with the help of a language, whatever their mode of communication has been or had been so far, all right. I mean, for example, that if they see a thing and any word that came in their mind, they gave that word to that particular thing, and later on it became the part of their language. So it was not a kind of a very thoughtful, done without conscious thought. Exactly. So it was, this is what I'm saying, that the names of, for example, when I say chair, all right, so why do we call something that has four legs and that is used for sitting is called a chair? Why do we call it a chair? I mean, we can't question that. Why? Because it has been for years and years that in English people call it a chair. All right, उर्दू में हम उसको कुर्सी कहते हैं. All right, बलोची में कुछ और कहेंगे. All right, so every language has their own instinctive method of expressing their ideas and emotions. All right. So this is what Sepper has said in his definition. Now, Nick, let's go ahead. While we have another definition, this is given by Noam Chomsky. All right. Acha, Noam Chomsky is called, and this is a very important name for all of you to remember. And I would like you to go and study about Noam Chomsky, because Noam Chomsky is the father of modern linguistics. All right. So you should know, being the students of English department, you should know some very popular, some very acknowledged linguists who have done a lot of work and research in the areas of language acquisition and language development. All right. So one of them is Noam Chomsky. And what is Noam Chomsky? What has Noam Chomsky said? That a language is a set, finite or infinite, of sentences, and each finite in length and constructed out of a finite set of elements. Now, this might look so confusing for you. Let me explain this. Okay, he's American linguist and philosopher. Noam Chomsky is the father of linguistics. All right, thank you so much. You are writing in the chat box. I'm glad. All right, so let's explore the keywords in this definition: finite and infinite, right? Infinity and finite things. So a language is a set of finite or infinite sentences. Means when Chomsky says that, he means to say that each sentence has a structure, and the human brain is competent enough to construct different sentences from out of the limited set of sounds and symbols. Okay, I give you an example. If you want to learn any new language, how much time will you need? I mean, what do you think? How many months and how many years you will need to learn a new language? Any ideas? Just write in the chat box. Okay, or if you would like to unmute and speak, I appreciate that. 1 year? All right.
Ma'am, it depends on us that how much we are giving that the time.
Okay, how much we are giving time? All right. Okay, depends on us. Depends on us. 5,000 hours. Okay, 6 months. 6 months. All right. All right. All right. All right. 4 months. So you have different. You are pouring different answers in the chat box, and I'm glad. Okay, ideally for learning a new language, you need 600 hours. All right, maybe this is a very rough, estimate, and it has been, maybe I don't know whether it has been proved or not, but it is like you need 600 hours to learn a new language. All right, maybe you want to start learning a Chinese. So you will have to learn it for about 600 hours or 450 hours. All right. Do you think that you are going to learn it throughout your life? And you will never be an independent speaker or an independent writer. आपको लगता है कि कोई भी लैंग्वेज जो है, आप सारी जिंदगी इंडिपेंडेंट हो ही नहीं सकते? हमेशा आपको कोई ना कोई चाहिए सिखाने वाला, पढ़ाने वाला. Do you think it is right in when it comes to language learning? Okay, no. Saliha,
आवाज
Altaf.
नहीं आ रही मैडम आपकी मेरे को.
All right. Okay, Aisha is saying no. Okay, some are saying yes. All right. Okay. Yes, no. There are mixed responses. Students, when you are learning a new language, okay, you invest a considerable time in learning, and after learning the rules of the language, you become independent, user of that language. ठीक है, मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल देती हूँ. When you are learning language
हेलो,
in
आप लोगों को आवाज आ रही है?
hello, who is this? Okay, will you please tell me your name? जिनको आवाज नहीं आ रही.
हेलो 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 हेलो.
I can hear you. All right. Students, can you hear me?
हेलो मैडम.
Yes, ma'am. It's going well.
All right. Okay. Students
मैडम
are
आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही मैडम.
okay. Yes, but the students are able to hear me. All right. You all are able to listen to me. Fine. So maybe you have a problem. The one who is not able to hear me. Okay. Please check with your. All right. Thank you so much for endorsement that you are writing in the chat box that you all can hear me. Okay. Now let's take an example that you want to learn English. Okay. You are first taught tenses and parts of speech. Okay. When you learn one particular tense and a structure, okay, whether it is present simple or it is okay, ये कौन है? Deepak. I have one question. Present simple. अच्छा, अभी आप present simple से
हेलो
निकल.
मैम, आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही मैम.
Okay. Okay, abhi aap, just be on the topic, all right? So we don't have right now functional English or foundation English subject. We are doing right now this. Wait a minute. We are doing right now the introduction to linguistics. So all these questions we will discuss later on. Okay. So don't distract, please. Don't be distracted. So yeah, I was just giving you an example that if you learn simple present tense, that this is the structure of simple present tense. All right. Do you think that if you know the structure and you have good vocabulary and enough vocabulary, you can create and construct infinite number
हेलो
of
चंद
sentences?
कुमार, आपको आवाज आ रही है मैम की?
All right. जिसको who is this जिसका नाम नहीं पता हमें, जो जिनको आवाज नहीं आ रही है?
गाजी खान मैम, इसका नेम है गाजी खान. गाजी खान, क्या मसला है यार?
अच्छा, ओके. इनको what is his name?
मैम गाजी खान, रीज्वाइन करो गाजी खान. मैम गाजी खान.
All right, okay. So I think that he has problem. I hope that others are able to listen to me. Okay, now everyone, this student is really distracting us by telling again and again that he can't hear me. Okay, so maybe network issue. Yeah, he may have network issue. Now listen, if you learn simple present tense or present continuous tense or any tense, ठीक है बेटा, आप कोई भी टेंस को जब आप पढ़ लेते हैं, you know the language rules कि ये simple present tense है, इसमें पहले subject आएगा, फिर वर्ड की फर्स्ट फॉर्म आएगी, फिर ऑब्जेक्ट आएगा. ओके, और प्रेजेंट कंटिन्यूअस है तो इसमें इज एम आर आएगा. ऑल राइट. उसके बाद उसमें जो है वो वर्ब की फर्स्ट फॉर्म आएगी और उसके साथ हम आईएनजी लगाएंगे. ऑल राइट. एंड देन हम ऑब्जेक्ट लगाएंगे. तो जब आपको ये चीजें सिखा दी जाती हैं, उसके बाद यू रियली डोंट नीड समवन टू हेल्प यू थ्रू आउट योर लाइफ कि एनीवेयर when you are in any situation, you are talking to anyone, you are giving any presentations, you are at your workplace, आप कुछ भी कर रहे हैं अपनी जिंदगी में, all right, you really don't need any help. What will you do? You will be able to construct a number of sentences, infinite number of sentences on your own. ठीक है? So all right, so this is what Noam Chomsky is saying by this definition, that you can create and you can construct a number of sentences as long as you want, as many sentences as you want, using that one particular set of rule that you have learned. Okay. Next. Now, what are the characteristics of language? Can you tell me some of the characteristics of language? Can you tell me some of the characteristics of language? All right, or you can speak as well. Okay.
Ma'am, I think grammar rules.
Okay, grammar rules. Okay, and okay, rules and as well as what are the characteristics of language? Structure, formal and informal. Thank you so much, Sufyan. Thank you so much, Rachand. All right, Aisha is saying no idea. Doesn't matter. You will have an idea when I'll teach you now. Okay, so what are the characteristics of language? So let's explore it. Okay, so let's go ahead. All right. So, when we talk about language, language is a social phenomena. All right. What do we mean when we say that language is a social phenomena? How will you explain this? Okay. We live in society. Okay. You must have heard that a man is a social animal. All right. So you cannot, language should be creative. Yeah. So you cannot just be living in isolation. You need, because you are living in a society where there are people around. All right. You need to talk. You need to communicate. You need to interact. You need to connect. And for that, what helps you connect with people? Language. That is why it is a social phenomena. That is why we call it language is social. Okay, all right. Okay, students writing structure, vocabulary. All right, your responses are okay because we are talking about here the characteristics. Language is a system of communication. Yeah, we have in the next slide. So language should be considered as a social phenomena because people, when we as human beings exist in society, all right, and it is as a means of nourishing and developing culture and establishing human relations. All right, see, it is the language that helps us understand each other's culture. Plus, language is the carrier of civilization and culture, right? So you see that what happened thousands of years ago. What is the history of human evolution? Evolution, इंसान का जो इर्तिका है, जो उसने तरक्की की है, वो कैसे की है? All right? उसके क्या उसमें what are the historical aspects? What are the things? वो सारी चीजें हमें कैसे पता चलती हैं? With the help of a language. All right, because all the books and all the written literature that has reached to us, it has come to us in the form of language. वो हमारे सामने language के form में आया है. Language is the carrier of civilization. It tells us that what happened in past, what happened with in different disciplines, not only in English. We are talking about, okay, we are talking about in every discipline, जितना भी literature जो हम तक आया है in all the languages that has come through language. Okay, so as a member of a particular social group, we human beings interact with each other. All right, that helps allow us to identify with one another, to connect with one another. So it helps you in socialization. Imagine that you are stuck in a society, okay, and where a very strange language is spoken, and you don't understand a single word. How desolated, how isolated, how singled out, how left out you would feel. All right, आप कैसा फील करेंगे अगर आप किसी एक ऐसी जगह चले जाएं जहां पर वो लैंग्वेज बोली जा रही है which you really don't know. You don't understand a single word. I mean, for some day, for quite a few days, you will definitely be, in affects or in hot water, that how to communicate with people, how to express the needs. All right, confused and nervous. Exactly. All right. So what happens that people are learning and learning different languages. If you are a multilingual, that is the sign of intelligence. Learning more and more languages, because all of us sometimes we are either bilingual, or whether we are multilingual. We don't speak one language, we speak many languages. And if you love to learn more languages and you have interest in learning the languages, that is commendable. All right, so we have, okay, okay, so English is easy to communicate, all right, with every language people. Yeah, because English is lingua franca and it is an international language. Okay, so that is why if you know English language, I mean, your life is, you are at ease. I mean, you can communicate with people from different cultures, because English is an international language and it is taught in every part of the world. All right. The second is language is means of communication. Okay, so many of you have been telling me this buzzword communication. Okay, communication is a word that we love a lot. So when we say language is a mean of communication, language is important because it is a mean of communication between humans. All right, you can convey your emotions, idea, and beliefs, through the language. And no doubt, your gestures and your body language and your facial expressions, they also play an important role in conveying your message and idea. But again, and this also include the part of communication. When we say non-verbal communication, also very important. But language itself, okay, but language itself has, let me admit who are still joining. All right. I think one or two students are disturbed. Acha, then please, other students, please don't respond because it is, in the chat box, the kind of discussion going on, it is taking us away from the main purpose. All right. So if one of you is feeling problem, then please leave the meeting. Leave the meeting. जिनको issues हैं, all right. I will upload the lecture because जो ये irrelevant communication हो रहा है ना, that is creating the problem and that is distracting me actually. So I don't want to read such things in the chat box. Okay. So language is, when we say that language is means of communication, because language connects people. All right. As it is social phenomena, so is the means of communication. It helps us to communicate with people, and it is as important, as the air we breathe, and is most valuable possession for us. Okay, like as eating is important and drinking is important for us. Similarly, language is important for us. We can't live without language. Okay, now next is, all right, language is arbitrary. Okay, so what does it mean? What comes in your mind when you think of the word arbitrary? Yes. Any ideas? What comes in your mind when you hear the word arbitrary? All right, no idea. Fine. Okay, so language is arbitrary means, just take an example that when we talk about, a word like a woman, all right, we call a woman in English. All right, so I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you. Okay, so when we talk about a woman in English, all right, so Urdu में हम क्या कहते हैं? औरत, all right. हम, we say abortion में हम कहते हैं zan, all right. French में famine, feminism is a term which is very popular. So this famine is a word that has been taken from the language French. Okay, so in each language, for representing one thing, there are different words, all right. And these words are actually arbitrary, means that we don't have any reason that why we call a woman, or why we call a chair, or why we call a wall, all right. We cannot raise such questions because the names to these things have been given unconventionally or unconsciously at the time, at a random, exactly the random choice. When we say arbitrary, linguistics meaning is random choice without any logic or without any rationale, all right. So you cannot infuse and you cannot influence here that, you want to know why, the rationale, the logic of something. So these words that have been, have taken place in certain languages, and all the languages, or we can't say why in a language. Am I right, ma'am? Acha, Fatima, you are right. You are right. We can't say that, why aurat is called in Urdu aurat, why woman is called in English woman. No. All right. These words have been given, all right, randomly. I mean, when you see that, something that we can write, it has been given the name of a pen. In Urdu, we call it kalam. Now अब उसको कलम क्यों कहते हैं, उसको पेन क्यों कहते हैं, ये नाम किसने रखा, क्यों रखा, right? We can't go into the details of it and the debate of it, because arbitrary means something that comes of nowhere, all right? Something that has something or a name that has been given without any reason. There is no logic and no rationale behind it. Okay, so the decision of a word choose to mean a specific thing or idea is absolutely arbitrary. It might be noticed that if a language has not been arbitrary, there would have been, oh, wait a minute, okay, there would have been just a single language remained throughout the world. All right, so this is the beauty of all the languages, that all the languages have different names for the same thing. All right, like in English, we call chair. In Urdu, we call kursi, all right. In Persian, we name it something else. In Japanese, we name it something else, all right. So you see that the same thing, but different names in different languages. So this is the arbitrary function of it. Okay, right. Okay, now, acha, Now, language is a symbolic system. Symbols, all right. Language is a symbol system. So what does symbol system mean? What comes in our mind when we think of the word symbol? So symbol is like any object or mark that stands for something abstract, like a cross ka symbol hota hai, all right. There are we have the symbol of table stands for an object consisting of a wooden board supported by four or three legs, all right. All right. So we have different letters, all right. We have alphabets in every languages. We have alphabets in all the languages. We have 26 alphabets in English, and as well as their symbols. अच्छा, आप symbols क्या होते हैं? Their phonetic symbols. अगर आप अगर आप डिक्शनरी देखें, ऑक्सफोर्ड की डिक्शनरी, so phonetic and the pronunciation guidelines and phonetic symbols are given to you, all right, that help you pronounce the word accurately, all right. And someone whose mic is unmute. All right, admit. All right. Fine. So Chandar, if your mic is, those who are not muting their mics, I am going to remove them because it is creating problems. All right. So we are talking about that language. Every language has symbol system. All right. What a speaker or writer wants to communicate with another fellow being, put his message across in the form of symbols, and symbols may be in his speech or in writing. And the receiver of that message, who shares a common code with the sender of the message, decodes his message sent in the form of symbols. All right. For example, if you understand English and you receive a message in English, so you are familiar with the symbols. Symbols means the letters, the words, the signs. So you will understand. If someone sends you a message in Chinese language symbols, so because you are not familiar with this particular language and their symbol system, you will not understand it, right? So when we say symbol, symbols can be different sign system. All right. For example, if you are driving and you say that there is a arrow that says turn right or turn left, this is a symbol, all right. So these symbols convey a message and an idea. Similarly, all the letters and alphabets and phonetic symbols, they are symbolic systems that help us read, that help us write, that help us speak and convey our message more accurately to among the people who understand the same symbol systems. ये बहुत जरूरी है, because अगर आपको मैं चाइनीज में कोई चीज लिखकर भेजूं, you will not understand, okay, because you are not familiar with the symbol system of that language. So हर symbol, हर language के अपने symbols हैं, अपना alphabet symbol है, but every language follows certain symbols. हम general language की बात कर रहे हैं, not only English language. Every language has its own symbolic system. So English does, all right. And what includes in it? Your letters and your words and your phonetic system is the part of symbol. All right, what is the next? Okay, and then language is systematic. Systematic means that you cannot, if you know many words, okay, and you are writing them here and there, just you write words randomly, okay. For example, आपने ये कहना है, yesterday I ate pizza at you know at the party, or I ate burger at the party, all right. But you don't follow the systemat, you know the system, okay. What you do, you write that way, ate I party pizza, okay. Does it sound systematic? The example I just gave you, does it sound systematic? No, it doesn't. Okay. Why? Because, all right. No, it doesn't sound systematic. You all are right. You all are right. Okay. Many of you are saying no. All right. So it doesn't sound systematic because in this sentence, I just place the words here and there without following any system. All right. So when we talk about systematic language, it is in spite the fact that language is symbolic, its symbols are arranged in a specific system. We arrange the, we have word class, parts of a speech. We study about noun, we study about pronoun, we study about, adjectives, and then we also learn that how and where to place what part of a speech. When you are creating a sentence, जब आप एक sentence बनाते हैं and लिखते हैं, because whether we talk about written conversation or we talk about verbal communication और the written communication, दोनों चीजों में हमें systems को follow करना पड़ता है. We know that when we are going to structure and formulate a sentence, we should start with a subject, and subject can be a noun and a pronoun. उसके बाद verb आएगा, उसके बाद कोई object आएगा, object again can be a noun and a pronoun, and we want to give more information, so उससे पहले adjective आएगा. All right, we study all these language systems. Okay, so we can say that I mean, if you have a lot of bricks, all right, so this is the example that you have a lot of bricks and you want to construct a building. All right, you want to construct a building and you have a lot of bricks. So what you can do, you can take any brick and place it anywhere. आप एक brick लें और कहीं पर भी उसको place कर दें. All right, it is
एक्सक्यूज मी मैम, प्लीज प्लीज आप ये यूट्यूब पर भी अपलोड कर देना, मैं ज्यादा समझ में अच्छे से आएगा. फिर हमें थोड़ी प्रॉब्लम हो रही.
I have already said that all lectures will be uploaded on YouTube. Okay, I have already said in the group. Please read in the group and follow the group messages, because I have written in the group that your all these lectures will be uploaded on YouTube. Okay, so it's not like like that any brick can be placed anywhere in building. Okay, but because it is not so with sounds or graphic symbols that stand for sounds of a language. Sounds are arranged in certain fixed or established systematic order. आप उसको ऐसे नहीं ट्रीट कर सकते हैं कि जैसे आप कोई इफ यू आर कंस्ट्रक्टिंग अ बिल्डिंग तो कोई भी ब्रिक उठा के कहीं भी लिख दी. नो, यू कांट डू दैट. आपको एक सेंटेंस कंस्ट्रक्ट करने के लिए आप you have to study the system. All right, and what does system include? All parts of speech, syntax, grammar, forms of verbs, sentence order, what should come first, what should come later. ठीक है? Okay, all right. Now we have another. Okay, so this is what we have. Here. All right. Language is dynamic. What does it mean when we say language is dynamic? It means right. Okay. All right. So when we say language is dynamic, it means that all any given language that all right. So languages are alive. All right. They do not die. They are always evolving. They are always accepting the new words from the with the passage with time. They are always changing. Okay, let's talk about there are few examples given to you that 5 years ago there was no need to have a word of app and downloading and cyberbullying and smart cars, and 10 to 15 years ago there was no such things like chip and vlogging and blogging. These words didn't exist in any languages because they didn't exist in the world. All right, so with the progress and the development and human development in progress, whenever the new inventions are coming in, whenever the new phenomena are happening, so these words and the vocabulary that take place and that they make place in the living language. Like English is definitely most widely spoken language in the world. All right. So all these words that did not exist years ago, they now exist in English language. So language is dynamic mean that any language that is alive, that is more used by people, that has more number of speakers in the world, they accept they accept the transformation, and then they accept the cultural, the scientific, the scientific change and the transformation that is taking place and that is happening in the world. Clear ho gaya? You get this point? Okay, so living languages and language is dynamic means that language is not static कि जो था वही रहेगा. No, no. All right, when new things are coming in, when the new phenomena are happening, the new vocabulary will be added in the dictionary. All right, and the living languages are those languages which accept, like for example, English language, you see that it has a lot of French and German roots. All right, and Latin roots. A lot of words you will find that have come to English language from other languages. So this is the beauty of a living and a dynamic language. All right. Thank you. Okay. So now this is the cultural transformation. Let me admit, still the students are joining. Okay. So this is okay. So this is the cultural transmission. I already said that language is the carrier of culture and civilization. Language change continuously is that point exactly. Language change continuously. Of course, languages are evolving, the living languages, and English is the dynamic language because it's the mostly used. Okay, how language is culturally transmitted or taught, and other animals communicate largely with signs they are born knowing. All right. So when we talk about cultural transmission means that language represents your culture. If we talk about, just take an example, whenever we have any celebration of Sindhi culture, what language is associated with Sindhi? Sindhi language. And Sindhi language is very rich in literature, and it has its own beauty, it has its own on poets, and it has its own playwrights. Okay, so it is very rich culture. So when we want to know about the culture of something and the culture of some places, any places, then language is a very important component of a culture. जब हम कल्चर की बात करते हैं, और राइट, कल्चर में क्या आता है? आपका ड्रेस आ जाता है, कल्चर में आपकी ट्रेडिशंस, कल्चर में आपका म्यूजिक, एंड कल्चर में आपकी लैंग्वेजेस भी आती हैं. और राइट, like for example, if you want to you go in any other parts of the world, people are a lot interested to know what language you speak. And can you tell us some very common phrases like hello and how are you, how to say in your language? Okay? So language is the cultural. Whose mic is unmute? Ramsha, please mute your mic. Stand up. Okay. Now, unfortunately, this takes more time as well when students they keep their mics unmute. All right. All right. So we are just going to. I think that it is. Okay. Yes, you can ask question, Aisha. You can ask.
अरे मैं क्लास हाँ लगा ली
Yes, please, Aisha. What is your question? Can we communicate with animals? All right. Okay. Animals do communicate, and you. Again, oh my God. Please keep your mics mute. All right. Animals do communicate, but they don't communicate with the help of a language. As I said, that language is human. अच्छा, language का एक और characteristic है that language is human. Human means that it is human characteristic. All right. It is not animal characteristics. Why? What is the reason behind it? Because the human beings, they have a complex vocal auditory system installed in their body, right? So this is one of the most important features. Animals do communicate, but they don't communicate the way we communicate. One. Second thing, we communicate. I mean, language is actually species specific, all right, and it is species uniform. So it is because the use of language.
Hello, ma'am. I have a question, ma'am.
Yes, please. Let me finish this first. Okay. So when we say that,
Hello,
can
ma'am.
we
क्या
communicate?
कोलगेट में नमक होता है?
All right. Yeah. What's your name? Hello. Who was this? All right. CR, will you please just let me know who was this? Okay, fine. So let's go ahead. I think, Aisha, the question which you ask is about can we communicate with animals? So definitely, as I said, that animals do not have very complex language system. All right, whether you can communicate or not, but you can understand from their gestures that whether they are in pain or whether they need help. All right, they are always expressive. That is why people keep pets in different culture. Keeping pets is very a tradition. All right, okay. So I think we are going to end here. And thank you so much. I will upload this lecture on YouTube so that you all can have an access to it. All right. And if you have any questions, so you can ask me. I would love to answer.